is JD Farron, and this is speech 3, and this is my audience. John Lennon wrote the song Imagine. Lyrics in that song state, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. One day, I hope you'll join us, and the world will live as one." These words inspired millions around the world, and today I'm going to be telling you about the man who wrote them. John Lennon was born October 9, 1940 in Liverpool, England. His father was absent most of his life, and his mother could not handle the pressure alone. He was raised mainly by his Aunt Mimi and his Uncle George. From a young age, John Lennon loved music. His Aunt Mimi discouraged his love because he could not make a living out of it. His mother, Julia, still had a heavy influence in his life and encouraged his love for music. She even bought him his first guitar. In high school, John Lennon created a band named the Quarrymen. One night, the Quarrymen were performing a gig in Liverpool, and somebody insisted that they had to meet one of their friends. This friend happened to be Paul McCartney, and that's how the Beatles were formed. Today I'm going to inform you about John Lennon's music influence, his messages of peace, and his lasting legacy. First, let's look at his impact on music. John Lennon's impact was huge. He was the founder of the Beatles, which consisted of Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison. During their time together, they won a Grammy for Best Picture for their documentary called Let It Be, and 5 Ivor Novello Awards, recognizing their unique songwriting. After the band split, he wanted to focus on his solo career with his wife, Yoko Ono. They created 8 albums together, and they were all considered experiments with music. Their album Devil Fantasy won a Grammy for Best Album of the Year and was recognized by the Brit Awards for an outstanding contribution to music. His songwriting was very influential to music. He used his music to express his honest emotion and vulnerability, used literary wordplay, and shared messages through his music. Now that you know his impact, let's learn about his messages. John Lennon was known for his messages of peace and kindness. During the Vietnam War, over 40,000 young Americans were sent to Vietnam. Everybody was upset about this, and John Lennon wrote the song Imagine. This song gave Americans hope for a better future, and then protests began. Lennon and his wife were involved in multiple peace campaigns. An act that they would heavily do was called bed-ins. During these bed-ins, they would invite media to hotel rooms which they had stayed multiple weeks at. They would talk about peace and campaign for the war to end. This completed the War is Over campaign, then followed the song Give Peace a Chance. Even after Lennon's death, his legacy continued to live. You can see Lennon in many things today. He even inspires many modern artists. An example of this would be Billie Eilish. In her songs, you can see her emotional singing style and her whispering tones. This can be directly related to a lot of Lennon's work. She also uses her platform to speak out on political issues. While not all advocatism can be directly related to Lennon, he was a big contributor and was one of the first to start. Another example of this would be the fact that his music is still very popular today. Beatles songs and Lennon songs are in many children animation movies. Examples would be the Minions movie with the songs Revolution, Let Me Do, and Gotta Get You Into My Life in there. Another example would be the movie Sing with the song Golden Slumbers. This is a great way for new generations to discover his music and to keep his legacy alive. Overall, John Lennon was a very influential music with his music influence, his messages of peace and kindness, and his legacy that still lives today. I hope you learned something about John Lennon and can spread kindness around you. Thank you for your time.